Hi everyone, this is Arjuna, aka Professional High Priestess, and I'm back with another message, okay? Listen, I've been talking about this for a while, and I gave an example in regards to how a lot of these masculines, they're living out old Egyptian stories, old biblical tales, old Sumerian stories in their battle with the karmic. These are old archetypes that are continuing to express themselves through masculine and feminine, or karmic and karmic, or masculine and karmic, or feminine and karmic, right? Because even when you think about the story of Osiris, Set and Osar, or Isis and Osiris, Isis also had a karmic too, and it was Set. Osiris had a karmic too, and it was Nebhet. And I've been doing some deeper studying, y'all. So it's so exciting. It's so exciting. So I've been doing some deeper studying, and it was so crazy because on page 144 of this book, 144, I'm just going to show you the little thing just to confirm. 144 of this book, it says here, Osiris joined himself with Nebhet, the principle of corruption and decay. He lost his immortality and was subject to death at the hands of Set. Listen, didn't I tell you that a lot of these karmics are running these rituals through having these children or trapping these masculines, where they split them up and scatter them across the land, using children, using sex, using all these blood magic, etc. They want to take the birthright of these masculines, their spiritual power, their gifts, their money, all the type of stuff, and then scatter them across the land and leave them with nothing. In the story of Osiris and Nebhet, Osiris fell into temptation with Nebhet. She was over decay and destruction. By sleeping with her, by mixing with her bloodline, by engaging with her energy, that's how he lost his godhead. I sing this song by Paradise Fontaine, the one that fucks with Meg the Stallion, and he says, the most common downfall of a god is a broad. By mixing with that karmic Nebhet, he lost his powers, and that's what made him susceptible to being killed by Seth and losing his powers. But it was only his divine feminine, Isis or Asar, that was able to find all of his pieces and bring him back to life in order for him to become king of the underworld. Now, the funny thing is, Nebhet and Osiris, they had a child. And this child is Anubis. And Anubis could have been evil. He could have been wicked and all these things. But remember, Nebhet, she gave away the child because she couldn't have the man. She discarded the child, so she couldn't have the man. And guess what? Osar, as a divine feminine as she was, she took over for him. She watched over him and raised him. And he became king of the underworld. Working hand in hand with Asar and working hand in hand with Alset. Look at that. I'm telling you right now, a lot of these masculines are going to start to realize that this is what these karmics are doing. By engaging with the goddess of destruction and decay that looks nice on the outside. She says all the nice things, Pluto pussy and all that shit, right? Telling him all these sweet nothings in his ear, and oh, it's going to be better and all these different type of things, da-da-da-da. This is how he's losing his spiritual power and becoming susceptible to outside forces, meaning poverty, embarrassment, lack, prison time, sickness. These are old stories that are living out right now. Let's get into this. I'm gonna pull just some few cards to get deeper. Ooh. Y'all listen. My Egyptian tarot deck. Where did it go? All right, well, I'll use the African American tarot if that's the case. Ooh, and my guy said definitely, yeah, okay. Yeah. Let's get into this. Very interesting. A lot of these masculines are starting to wake up and they're realizing, honestly, I can't deal with this karmic anymore. I don't want no parts. This is impacting me in ways that I didn't realize. What messages do you have? They are splitting up these masculines and scattering them across the land. What messages do you have? They are splitting up these masculines and scattering them across the land. These divine masculines are starting to come to realize it. That these karmics are put into their path. You got social factors. Yeah. Look at it. You got sacral chakra, sex magic. Yep. Yeah. Mental health right here. These masculines are coming to realize that they're only with these karmics because of societal factors. How it looks on paper into society. Maybe because they have children together or something like that. Or because they want to stay in a relationship that maybe they're dating outside their race because they feel like that's what they need to do to be accepted, or they're only staying inside of their race because they feel like that's what they need to do to be accepted. Whatever, however it resonates. Social factors here, the way that they were raised, all these different things, their job, their academic background. They feel like they need to be with the karmic that works in this industry or things something like that. Now they're getting caught up and realizing that they're dealing with Nebhet. You got sacral chakra right here. Yeah, the sex magic, realizing that it was only the sex is how it started and the sex is how it's ending. That's the only reason why they're there with the karmic, because other than that, she doesn't have shit to show for her. She's not really contributing anything to his spiritual path or his development, mental health. That dealing with the situation is going to continue to fragment him, scatter him across the land. But you know, the funny thing is, the last part that they could not find of Osiris was his phallus. And the funny thing is, that's how he got into the situation in the first place. So it's like, that's how the Most High was like, okay, well, this is how we're going to teach you. Aset went and she went to go get all your pieces back together. And it's this phallus, playing with that phallus that got you into the situation in the first place. So we're going to take this away so it's not a problem anymore. Osar, you're one of the greatest magicians of all time, so you can get pregnant by yourself. And she was still able to conceive a child with both of their genetic makeups without a phallus. How grateful, how powerful is that? Look. These masculines are coming to the realization of what they're dealing with. They're dealing with Nebhet. And they're getting, and I talked about this with a lot of these masculines where there's multiple women that are trying to have babies by them. Like I talked about this young boy NBA. They're taking this boy and they're scattering him across the land with all these children. Some of your masculines they're sticking their dick in all these multiple women and they may not be having children, but it's the same concept. They're stripping jewels from his DNA that they're using to power up their whatever. What messages do you have? They're getting scattered across the land. These masculines split up and scattered across the land. Look at this. It says faith. Interesting. It says loving and then letting go is not only one of the most challenging things we can do, it's also the bravest. A lot of these masculines are taking that leap of faith. They're like, you know what? I can't. I want no parts. Some of you guys are like, it's not just him. It's not just the karmic female. It's also him too. Yeah, but you also have to realize when there's spells and stuff like that involved, it does play a part. Some of these karmics are trapping with children. There's all kinds of manipulation and shit like that involved. Just like women can be manipulated by men, men can be manipulated by women too. It's not a one-way street. And we need to release these gender norms that only men can be trifling individuals and cheat and cause problems. Women can do it too. You clearly see Nebhet. That's why she's the goddess of deception and decay. Just as men can be deceptive, Nebhet, her male counterpart would be Seth or Apep. Yes, this is what's happening now. These karmics, these masculines are going and having multiple children by all these karmics, like Nick Cannon, Young Boy NBA, a lot of the entertainers and stuff like that. They're getting split up and scattered across the land, getting tied. Their DNA, their jewels are getting scattered into all different type of karmic bloodlines, creating these children as Horcruxes. Getting the monology. What messages do you have? These masculines are getting split up and scattered across the land. They're realizing now. These are old biblical stories. Split up and scattered across the land. It says here, work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Yeah. A lot of them, yep. It says full moon in Scorpio, releasing negativity. Yeah. And you know, Scorpio rules over the sexual organs as well. Rules over the 8th house, power, domination, and control. A lot of these masculines are, how did I get here? Because they themselves, they didn't realize that women can be venomous and vipers too. You got the scorpions. And you know, Isis, she ran with the 7 scorpions. And these masculines are realizing that these karmics are poisonous like scorpions. And they're filled with her poison. That's another reason why I'm telling you, if your masculine is still trying to work this stuff out with the karmic, or they're still actively engaging with the karmic, sleeping with her, pillow talking, all that stuff, leave him alone, because he's going to be poisonous towards you. He's going to bring this venom towards you. He needs to take that leap of faith and go, because what he's doing right here, he's sacrificing his bloodline. He's sacrificing his birthright by dealing with the karmic and staying up attached with her and her bullshit and her fuckery. A lot of these masculines are coming to the realization that these are bloodline wars that were being waged on his bloodline. All the men in my family get caught up in bullshit like this. Or all the women in the family, they end up something like this. Or none of the men in the family, they're not spiritual or connected to their emotions. I am. So these masculines are also coming to the realization that they're being tasked. They're being tasked with changing up the dynamics, the emotional and spiritual dynamics within their bloodline for all the men in their family. They're going to have to be the ones to be connected to their emotions. They're going to have to be the ones to stop with this emotional stunted fuckery or lack of emotional mess and take charge of their lives. They're going to have to do that. We're going to be doing the ancestral healing tonight on Patreon. We'll go deeper on for all of y'all, just like individually, but I just want to let you guys know that, because I know you're like, where are you at? Don't worry, you guys, it's only half the month. We still got two weeks left to get some stuff out. Okay, let's look into this. What messages do you have? Clarify mental health. Yeah, time to negativity. These masculines are coming to the realization, I can't. There's nothing here for me. Some of them, these karmics are wanting to split them up and scatter them across the line by spilling up all their business. Some of them are trying to split these masculines up and scatter them across the line by false pregnancies and trapping them. Some of them are trying to split these masculines up and scatter them across the line by blackmail and extortion. And these masculines are like, I don't give a fuck. You can have what you want. Just get the fuck up out of here. I'm done. I'm up out of here. Clarify mental health. You got butterfly, evolve, and you got ghost, fear. Some of these masculines didn't know that they had fear. Why am I feeling so much anxiety and fear about telling her I don't want to be in this relationship or I'm not happy anymore? Because it's spell work. And because the serpent's blood, this is remember, Nebhet, decay and destruction, deviance. So of course they're going to feel some type of way because they're detoxing from the serpent's venom. That's what's happening right here. These masculines don't realize that they got caught up in something really deep spiritually with the karmic, especially if she's feeding him blood. She's inducing those feelings just with her mind upon this masculine. Because that's what happens when you feed somebody blood, you're trying to control them. That's why you have the scorpionic energy, 8th house, as well as the occult. Clarify sacral chakra. You got ego, guide. Yeah, they're being guided to leave this situation with the rabbit challenge. They're having a hard time because of the sex. And they're being told, stop sleeping with this karmic. That's how this spell is reactivating itself. Stop dealing with her. Stop telling her their business. Stop being emotional. Be cutthroat with that bitch. King of Swords. These masculines are realizing I can't come with that approach. You have to come hardcore because you're dealing with the serpent. What's the work their fears? And how do we deal with serpents? We cut them off with the head. Look at right here. You got the phoenix, right? This rites of passage to wake up with the sleeping man right here and work through his fears of abandonment, of codependency. Some of these masculines, they have fears of being homeless. That's why they stay with the karmic, because she pays all the bills. Having children just to have housing. Can you imagine that type of bullshit? Some of these masculines, they have fear of getting their secrets exposed. So they stay with the karmic. Face your fears. Let her expose you if you want to. At least you'll be free from that bitch. Let her talk about you. Those who matter don't mind. Those who matter don't matter. Some of these masculines have fear because the karmics know their business and they know that the karmic is going to try to get them wrapped up in jail or something like that if he stops fucking with her. Oh, fucking well, do your time. And next time, stop pillow talking with rats and serpents. Some of these masculines are just staying with the karmic because it's cheaper to keep her. Cash out. Drop a pretty penny and keep your peace. Pay for your motherfucking freedom. Our ancestors did it. Yeah, you got the rainbow transition. It's time. These are these old stories that are replaying themselves now. And these masculines are realizing that instead of Seth, that is able, because remember, like as we said in the story with Nebhet, by him mixing with her and copulating and having a child, that's what stripped him of his spiritual power as a god, and he became mortal, and he became susceptible to death by Seth. So an outside force was able to come and take him over. These masculines are realizing with the eagle eye, bird's eye view, they're realizing that this karmic, it's not just her. She's connected to something bigger than I understand. There's an energy that she's connected to that wants what I have, that wants to destroy my empire, that wants to destroy my mental health, that wants to destroy my life, that wants to keep me addicted and stuck and wrapped up in low vibrational fuckery. These masculines are realizing that they've hit a ceiling. They've hit a ceiling with the karmic. They can no longer grow around this karmic. They can no longer, their mind is not free. They feel trapped. They feel stifled. They feel like they can't get to the next level. They know that there's another level. They know that there's something higher. Divine feminine, they know that it's in you, but you're not going to renew them. Because remember, it was Asar. It's the divine feminine, Aset, that renewed Osiris. It was Isis that renewed Osiris. They know that there's something that in the partnership with you that can renew them and bring them back. But they know that you're not going to play at all with this karmic. She needs to be out of the picture, period, before you even go step foot over there. They're learning now. There's a high price that you're paying for pussy. It's a high price that you're paying for having, look, it stabbed in the back. Yeah, realizing there's a high price that you're paying for staying with some bitch. A lot of these karmics are not even loyal. And that's the Seth energy right there. I brought this serpent in. She's fucking on my friends or my family or something like that. She's stealing. She's causing problems. All these different things, keeping me stuck. That's the Seth energy right there. Then all of a sudden, you know, you're surrounded by more enemies. You're dealing with snakes. You're dealing with all kinds of fuckery. It's your business partners that are even a part of your own demise too. Because your eyes were closed. You were asleep. The karma was putting you to sleep. Because you were being unconscious as well. You were people pleasing. You were clout chasing. You were being pussy whipped. Now you know better. Do better. Now these masculines are coming to the realization. No. They didn't have to do me like they did Osiris. Divine feminine or not, I'm keeping my phallus. Clarify mental health. These masculines are even getting burnt from these karmics. They're realizing. So that's why this is happening. Now these bitches are burning him and causing problems. What's the mental health here? Look at, you got not today, not dealing. Boundaries, angry. Yeah. Shit is coming out. Secrets are also coming out. They're realizing the Nebhet in these karmics. They're seeing the deception, the decay, the karmic energies, the lack of growth, the lack of fulfillment. Some of these masculines may even marry these hoes just to keep her quiet, or just because they're manipulated like that, only to be in something hella unfulfilling and sad, and he's still going to be in a third party. I'm telling you. They're going to go out and go find other bitches. Look at, it's the stabbed in the back. Yeah, they're realizing that the karmic was having outside parties with the keys on the ring. They were trying to block them from their real soulmate. They were causing problems for them. Being the chaser. Oh, no, I love you. Let's stay, please. Da-da-da-da-da. Meanwhile, they're out with third, fourth parties. Some of these karmics as well, these masculines are coming to find out that these karmics were in third parties with their own twin flame. That these karmics themselves, they have a masculine or a feminine that they want to go be with. But instead, they're trying to keep him for financial purposes or clout or whatever, while she's doing her own thing with her own twin. Wow. Come on. The deception and decay. Look at this. Some of these masculines are realizing that these karmics are only around them to set them up. Yeah. Set is right around the corner. As Nebhet is binding him down with using the womb and the pussy and reproduction. Seth is right behind with the scythe over his head to cut him up. Look at that. These masculines are realizing what they got themselves into. This is ancient pussy politics. Clarify eagle guide, rainbow transition. Yeah. You got keys on the ring with the rainbow transition. It's done. These masculines already know. They're making their decisions. Either way, it's done with the karmic. Look at the axles right there. Either way, it's done with the karmic. Coffee cup. The conversations are going to be happening in the near future because they're making healthier choices for themselves to get away from these serpents. Clarify sleeping man. You got girl talk, moving on, happily single. Yeah, it's over. They're done. They no longer want to be asleep. They want to step into their power. They want to step into their spiritual path. They want to step into their manhood. They don't want to be attached with the karmic and dealing with her bullshit or her fuckery anymore. They don't want to deal with their own bullshit because they be on bullshit too. Like, I be on bullshit, I be on bullshit, I be on bullshit. Yeah, these masculines are realizing their own bullshit too. And that staying with the karmic was just making that, pacifying their fuckery, that they're not growing, they're not getting to the next level. She was just coddling me. She just made it okay. She made my dysfunction okay because she's fucking dysfunctional. That's why. And if I'm dysfunctional, she can take over. But if I'm in my path, if I'm with my divine feminine, if I'm in my right mind, that can't happen. You see? So there's no way for a set of outside forces to come and get me because I'm not mixing with the poison of the serpent that's trying to betray me and bring me into bullshit and birthing children that only are about darkness. Clarify sleeping man and the phoenix. You got the phoenix right here. Yeah, a new phase, transformation, a changed mind, growth mindset. These masculines are realizing this. Oh, well, I appreciate the years we spent together and the time we shared, but this is over. This is just a chapter in my life. It's not the end all be all. Next. I must heal myself. This karmic is never going to change. Ever. They never change. They'll come back 6 months later. Oh, it'll be okay for like a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. Then it's back to same old bullshit. Because these karmics inherently, that's who they are. They're Nebhet. It's in their blood. It's in their DNA to be females of decay. They're man-eaters. They destroy. Anybody that gets wrapped up with their bloodline, they get karma. They get caught up. They get involved in bullshit. They lose money. They have headaches. They're dealing with drama and conflict and chaos. So, y'all, that's what I have for you. Wow. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good day. Bye.